everyone talks about breakthrough, right? Can you say that? Breakthrough? What kind of breakthrough are you really expecting or wanting or hoping for? You want to have that financial breakthrough. You want to have that, a lifestyle breakthrough. You want to have the health breakthrough, that relational breakthrough, and so forth. And yet you're still not experiencing that breakthrough. Why? There's this group of people who they're hobbyists. And their hobby is to try to trace their ancestors, to find out their genealogy, their real genealogy, not your genealogy in the business. Okay, I think it's harder to find out who your upline is in the business than your, I don't know. Okay, but so there are people who actually have as a hobby, right, looking for who their uplines are in the family. And not just, their grandfather, great-grandparents, and so forth and so on. And some of them can actually trace back already, based on their hobby, can already trace back their family tree all the way to the 18th century, all the way to the, 19th century, and so forth. Amazing, isn't it? And, I'm reading these stories, and it takes them years. It takes them years to do that, okay? And in their parlance, in their lingo, okay, they have a phenomenon which they call a brick wall. So a brick wall is, you find an old marriage certificate in your grandmother's chest, right? And, and so forth. And then you start tracing that and start tracing who that person is and so forth. And then all of a sudden you hit the brick wall, which means it's a dead end. You could not find any record. They couldn't find any record of that person. They couldn't, find any mention of that person anywhere. And so, that quest to draw that line up to their ancestors stops because they hit the brick wall. Am I making sense? Okay? But with persistence and perseverance, they somehow find a way still, okay? And hit through that brick wall. And they call it a brick wall breakthrough, okay? That's actually a terminology they have, brick wall breakthrough, okay? And so I was thinking about that, about our business. The reason why a lot of times we don't make it to our breakthroughs is not because we don't want the breakthrough, right? I saw a lot of hands earlier, so we all want that. But the reason why we don't get into our breakthrough is because we hit brick walls. It's like, oh, you know what? This person, looks like a very potential prospect and everything like that. And so you really, take a day off from work. You borrow your brother's car because he lives 2 hours away. And you do all sorts of things. And he keeps saying, yeah, I'm excited. So he keeps giving you all of this indication that he's going to sign up, right? And here you are, because you're excited he's going to sign up. You do double time, right, in providing him. He asks you all sorts of questions. You go on the internet and research just so you could satisfy his questions because he says, I'm interested. How many of you have gone on that kind of chase because the prospect said he or she is interested? Right? Right? Only to find out when it's time for you to seal the deal, he either disappears, nowhere to be found, disappears from the face of the earth. Right? Dead end. Right? So we all have these dead ends, isn't it? Or seemingly dead ends. So I'm here to tell you today, yes, we will experience and we will face brick walls in our business. In fact, let me tell you right now, if you haven't realized it just yet, the bigger the breakthrough you're waiting for, the bigger the breakthrough you're believing for, the bigger the walls tend to be. And the thicker. Are you with me? So what do you do with the brick walls? Right? So first and foremost, understand this. Those brick walls are not dead ends. Whatever it is that has put a stop, or what you feel like has put a stop to your momentum, that has put a stop to your track, that has, created a barrier, okay? Whatever obstacle there is right now that you feel is hindering you from getting through your breakthrough, know this. It's not a dead end. In fact, there's this very famous quote by Randy Pausch. He was this Carnegie Mellon University professor who was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer several years ago. And he did this very famous lecture. It's called The Last Lecture, right? And that's really inspired so many people. And basically, I think on YouTube, you can watch his video on YouTube. And I think he's had millions and millions and millions of hits already. And one of the things I remember he said was this: brick walls are not meant to stop you. Instead, brick walls are meant to test how badly you want it. Number two, it's also meant to keep out those people who really don't want it badly enough. So it's a barrier, it's a filter, it's like our home pure. It's only, 1 micron, right? So that any organism that's bigger than 1 micron, automatically, it's not going to go through. So brick walls are like that 1 micron filter. It's meant to keep out those people who don't want that breakthrough bad enough. Make sense? Why? Well, because you know what? Your breakthrough invariably is behind that brick wall. If it makes it so easy, if it's so easy for people to experience their breakthrough, right? Then what's the point of calling it a breakthrough? The very essence of the word, if you cut it up, break through. That means you need to exert some effort, right? It didn't say cut through, right? It didn't say, touch through. It doesn't say blow through, okay? It says breakthrough. That means effort. That means some pain. That means some time.